and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. Today we're back for the quarter-final of the Champions League in this new set format in the one-game knockout games that they are doing this week. Every single one has been amazing to watch. There's not been a boring game yet, other than the Leipzig-Madrid first half. Other than that, they've all been really good games, and we're back for the one that we see one outright favourite, but that doesn't mean that they're going to win. Manchester City would be playing Bayern Munich if they go through, same as Lyon, but they did win 8-2 against Barcelona last night, so whoever does go through has got a good game on their hands, in the hands of Bayern Munich. We are 10 minutes away from kick-off here. I'm going to go through the lineups soon, and if we can get near enough the same goals as we did yesterday, I'll very much take that for sure. So let's just hope for a good game. I think it should be. Lyon, massive underdog, so they are playing with no pressure, really. Obviously, they'll want to go through and win, but if they do lose, there's no shame in losing to this Manchester City team. They'll be desperate to get to the semi-finals. Manchester City haven't done it yet under Guardiola. Still waiting to progress to a semi-final under him. Their last one was under Pellegrini in his last season, where they lost 1-0 to Real Madrid over 2 legs. A Fernando own goal was the difference between City getting to a Champions League final, which was in Milan that year, where Madrid played Atletico Madrid, and they won on penalties, with Ronaldo scoring the final penalty to put them as champions. So obviously Guardiola under pressure as well. He needs to pull something out of the bag. He's gone for a little bit of a different. Well, he's gone for a lot of midfield players. Only one change though from the last lineup to play against Real Madrid. So we'll just have to see how they set up after the first few minutes. He said you'll see after the first 5 minutes. So we'll just have to keep an eye out and see what formation he goes for, who's playing where, and hopefully it's going to be the way forward for City to progress into the semi-final, because I think every single person, maybe other than City fans or other than Bayern fans, would want a Manchester City Bayern Munich semi-final. I think that'd be one hell of a game. But if Lyon make it, then we can't do anything about that, and they'll have to somehow try and defend the Bayern Munich attack that we saw yesterday, which was just unbelievable. I don't think I've seen a performance like that for a very, very long time, and I don't think I'll see another one for a while as well. We've got Veno Mixer here already early before kick-off with 5-1 City prediction. That's out there. I can see it, but with these one-off games, you just don't know. Anything can happen. It could be City being very dominant. It could be Lyon's causing an upset. It could be a cagey game. We just don't know. But 5-1 prediction is definitely out there, but there's no reason why that result cannot happen. Nathan's here as well. I'm actually scared for this game. City fans, this is a big game, because with the amount of just pain of the last few years in this competition, of how you haven't got past the quarter-final stage, this game will be a very, very tense and a nervy game. A massive 90 minutes for the club. They need to start progressing in this tournament, especially under Guardiola. His 4th attempt now, beat by Monaco, Liverpool, Spurs. Yes, that was in very dramatic fashion, that Spurs game, but they could not have asked for an easier team realistically. Lyon only finished 7th in Ligue 1. Yes, they finished their season and in March, and they didn't finish it off. And so you've got to look at the positives and go, this should be a win, and not buckle under any pressure that might be in front of them right now. But City fans, they're definitely going to be a little bit nervous for this game. I think the first goal will be massive as well. If it's definitely if it goes to City, I feel like that'll ease a lot of the tension and the pressure. But if Lyon get forward and get that first goal, then they have something to defend, and it's not 2 legs. It's a 90-minute game, maybe extra time, so they'd have something to protect, like they did against Juventus, and they came out as winners. So again, that first goal is going to be a big goal. If you've got any predictions, put them in the chat now. We are just 6 minutes away from kick-off. I'll go through the lineups very, very soon. I'll do it quickly as well. Yeah, still not feeling the greatest, if you can hear my voice, but we should be okay for these 90 minutes that are coming up. Jesus double. Jesus for me was man of the match in that last game. I know some people gave it to Kyle Walker because he did play really well defensively against Hazard, but Jesus is one of the most underrated players at City. Like the work rate he puts in and what he gives to the team when he plays, especially filling the boots of Aguero, who's pretty much City's City fans' favourite player in terms of what he's brought to the club. I think he could shine tonight, Jesus, like he did against Madrid. I'm going to try and watch the game as well. Chilling in this commentary, but the team lineup is very weird. Yeah, we'll go through it. I'll go through it now, actually. I'll go through what people are going to look like what they think it's going to look like, the formation, but we'll just go through the teams now. So we've got Edison in goal for Manchester City with Kyle Walker playing right back. Like I said, man of the match like performance against Real Madrid. He's going to have Eric Garcia alongside him at right centre back. It's only his second Champions League appearance. His only one before that was in Game 6 against Dinamo Zagreb, where he played the full 90 minutes. Then Laporte will play at left centre back as well. Obviously playing against Lyon, the French team, but still doesn't have a French cap. I find that bizarre, but that's what the French manager thinks. With Cancelo at left back, with a midfield three of Rodri, Gundogan and Fernandinho. Very defensive, but it's going to definitely stop the counter-attack that Lyon are definitely going to try and play on Manchester City tonight. And then this could be a front three. It depends where he plays De Bruyne. It could be a 4-4-2. We just don't know. But the front three should be Kevin De Bruyne, maybe on that right-hand side. No matter where he plays, we know he can be so dangerous. Only the 1 goal and the 2 assists in this year's Champions League, but 13 goals and 20 assists in the Premier League is just something very scary. And he somehow might not win Premier League Player of the Year, which I find just bizarre as well. Jesus, like I said up front, 6 goals in the competition for him, alongside Sterling, who's also got 6 goals in the Champions League as well this year. With substitutes of Bravo, Stones, Zinchenko, Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Mendy, Mahrez, Otamendi, Phil Foden, Tommy Doyle, Cole Palmer, and Adrian Bernabei as well on the City bench. And then for Lyon, we've got Lopez in goal, been there since 2003, so from a very, very young age of 13. Back three of Jason Denayer, former City player. Didn't play senior game for City, but was there at the club. Marcelo at the back with Marcal as well, who's also a left back, but playing at the centre back as a back three. And then it's Leo Dubois at right wing back with Maxwell Cornet, who scored 2 against City last year when they played in the group stage. Bruno Guimaraes and Cacaret playing a central midfield with Houssem Aouar, who's linked to City, the young 22-year-old midfielder, with Memphis Depay up front alongside Carl Toko Akambe. So that is the lineups, and their bench is Diamande, Anderson, Rafael, Moussa Dembele, Bertrand Traore, Thiago Mendes, Jeff Rene and Adelaide, you might recognise him, former Arsenal player, Jean Lucas, Kenny Tete, Tatia Sanu, got there in the end, Melvin Bard and Ryan Cherky, who by the way is 16 years of age, playing up front. He's 5'9", played 15 minutes against Zenit, no goals in the league, but did make his first team debut against Dijon at the age of 16 years, 1 month and 24 days, which I find just unbelievable to have a debut at such a young age. But they are the lineups there, the subs, and we're about to get underway in about 2 minutes' time. 3-1 Man City, De Bruyne to score first, Sterling and Jesus. I can definitely see that. By the way, it's a second half instead of first half. Thank you very much. I'll change that. I thought I did that last night before I turned everything off, but I clearly didn't. But no, thanks for reminding me. Helps a lot because I usually just leave that. Like during half time, I left the timer on and it was like 57 minutes. I was like, oh god, I need to change that. Kevin De Bruyne's the best midfielder ever. I don't know ever, but right now he's the best midfielder in the world, personally. And that's coming from a Liverpool fan. I like that. Liverpool fans having a little bit of sense there. Try to say Jordan Henderson deserves Player of the Year in the Prem when you've got De Bruyne not just getting 20 assists but scoring 13. How can you not give it to him? Because I know Klopp got manager of the year, manager of the season today, which obviously very much deserved. Nearly broke records this year. He obviously didn't get the 100 points, but they had the league wrapped up in November, December time, which is a feat on its own. But we're very close to kick off now. A minute away. This is where the nerves start to kick in. Fist pump between Kevin De Bruyne and Memphis Depay as they're about to kick off. obviously the captain of Lyon, Memphis Depay. It'll be City kick-off, kicking left to right, Lyon right to left. It's going to be Gundogan to start it for Manchester City, and we are underway with Rodri on the ball, sending it over to the right-hand side to Kyle Walker. Leaps for the header, wins it. Headed down by a Lyon midfielder, and they keep it with Cornet down the left. Try to send through Memphis Depay. Rodri picks it up in the midfield, sends it back towards Eric Garcia, who can find Ederson in the City goal. And City have possession of the ball. There we go, just getting the timer underway as well. I'll just change the font of that just in a second. As Lyon need to impress tonight, they need to have pretty much the games of their lives if they want to get through this tie. As Lopez in goal sends it to up front towards Akambi. He's got him behind here. Laporte needs to try and sort his pace out there, very slow. Nearly saw Kakare to get in behind from the midfield. Just a long hoof ball, and it was a flick on from Akambi. And Laporte was nearly caught out in the end. Just give me a second. There we go. There's De Bruyne on the ball in the midfield. Back to Eric Garcia. Obviously links with a move away from Manchester City at the end of his contract next year. But for now, he's a Manchester City player. It's De Bruyne. Looks to go around the corner in the box towards Jesus. It bounces right in front of the goalkeeper. And he's able to collect in the end for for Lyon. 1 minute left. Yes, I'm back again. I don't see the speciality of Henderson. Yeah, I'm not sure myself as well. Here's Lopez does send it forward looking for Depay. Rodri's there to win the header towards Sterling, tries to chest it down, but Dubois can take over the right wing back for Lyon. It's Denier, sends it long. Laporte meets it and sends it long looking for Jesus. He brings it down but only in front of Marcal for Lyon, the centre back on the left hand side. Lays it off to the goalkeeper, up to Depay again, can't bring it down. Garcia deals with it and finds Cancelo, rolls it down the left towards Raheem Sterling, one-on-one with Jason Denier. Looks to cut in onto that right foot. Just lays it back behind him to Cancelo. To Rodri again. I think they're playing I'm not sure what City are playing currently. We'll have a better look when they're maybe defending or not when they're on the attack. As it's Laporte to Cancelo in the final third. Looks to send Sterling behind, and he has done so. Sterling pokes it across towards Jesus. Great defending from Marcal as he avoids a certain goal for Manchester City. It may have even been Marcelo, actually, who got that foot out. Very close. Great ball from Cancelo. Very similar to the Real Madrid goal where Jesus laid in Sterling instead. Good pass from Sterling, but yeah, it was Marcal who was just able to get a foot out, and Marcelo was the one who cleared it behind for a corner, but De Bruyne swings it in, headed away by Lyon towards Sterling on the edge, heads it back in, met by Marcelo. Counter-attack could be on for Lyon, but Sterling deals with it for Manchester City, and Jesus can play it backwards towards Kyle Walker and back to Ederson as Lyon defend the first scare of a Manchester City attack. Sorry, can't watch, but we'll tune in at half time. That's fine. The City are back with possession of the ball with Fernandinho, 35 years of age and still going strong as the Manchester City captain, and may leave next year, but he's been a great servant to Manchester City, joining in 2013 as he dinks a ball over the top, looking for Kyle Walker in behind against Cornet in the corner, bundled to the ground, but it's going to be a goal kick to Lyon as the referee and the linesman didn't see anything wrong with the challenge. Kyle Walker nearly getting in behind there. Let's have a look at this again. Cornet, usually a left winger, playing at left wing back. He's very soft on Kyle Walker there. No foul given as it's Marcelo, the Brazilian centre-back, looking over the top towards Akambi. Gets over Fernandinho, and Akambi's in. He's got Memphis Depay in the box with him, and that's about it for support. Holds it up. Tries to lay it off, and he does to Aouar. Once more to the right to Dubois on the edge of the box. Depay, back to Dubois. Chipped in towards Akambi. Straight over towards Kyle Walker, and just chested it back to Ederson, but very, very risky from Kyle Walker. Chested it down. It was a good reaction save from Ederson to stop it from going into that bottom left corner. Good thinking from Walker, but it was definitely a risky pass to make there. But Fernandinho looks like a back three here for Manchester City. So wing backs of Cancelo and Walker and Fernandinho playing as a back three with Garcia as Laporte does distribute to Cancelo. He's got Gundogan making a run down the left. He'll use him, but Cacaret comes over to deal with it, but can only concede a throw-in for Manchester City. Through backwards towards Cancelo. Over towards Eric Garcia. I think this back three also allows one of the centre-backs to join the attacks for Manchester City and know that there's no space in behind as they've got two other centre-backs to cover them. Where's Eric Garcia again? 7 Premier League games for him in the restart. 6 of them before the restart. Fernandinho chips in looking for Jesus, but it's Denier who clears far and wide out for another City throw-in. Obviously the pressure is on City here, but they've got to a decent start in the first 5.5 minutes. But they want to look for that early goal as Laporte is on the ball. Joined in 2018. Has struck 83 appearances so far. This is 84th. Obviously a injury-struck season for the Frenchman. It's Fernandinho on the ball. Swings it over the top looking for De Bruyne. Again in that right-hand side corner flag. It's Cornet who has to deal with it. It's bouncing and he holds it out very nicely. Holds off De Bruyne well and wins a goal kick. Good defending from the Ivorian winger who's having to put a shift in at full-back or a wing-back position. It's Lopez on the ball for Lyon. Chips it towards Cornet. Too much on it. Out for another City throw-in. Just inside the Lyon half. Cornet did score twice when they played each other last season. Has been at Lyon since 2015. So he's known more for his goals than his defensive work. It's thrown in towards Jesus. Dealt with by the Lyon midfield. And it's Lopez who can come out with the ball. Uses Marcelo to his left. Need to be careful here, Lyon. Playing out from the back. We know what happened when Real Madrid tried to do similar. Is Lopez has played a heavy pass towards Denier. Can keep it in towards that corner flag, but has to panic with a clearance. And go straight to Rodri and City have control of the ball again. It's Laporte to Gundogan to his left. Uses Cancelo. He's one-on-one with Dubois. Just turns back and finds Gundogan. Into Rodri. Now Fernandinho. Nice ball into Garcia. Just on the halfway. Has to be forced back to Edison. It's good pressing from Lyon to get it back to Edison. See, 16 clean sheets in the league for him this year. Edison. One red card that he did pick up against Wolves very early on in that game. It's Laporte. Again tries to curl it over the top looking for Jesus. Forces Marcelo to have to head it out for a throw-in. So pushing City up the pitch. Throw back towards Laporte. These have only met twice, and that was last year in the group stage. Other than that, they haven't played each other at all. But I think they know each other well enough to know how each other play and what runs each other will make and what they'll try and do. It's Laporte to Cancelo. Interesting from Guardiola to go for a back three as he puts it to Sterling. Prodded away by Lyon man, so it's just a throw-in for Manchester City again. Cancelo with the throw. Who's he going to throw it to? It's to Rodri. Lays it back out to the Portuguese, back in his home country as he's got it to Garcia. There was claims of it going out for a Lyon throw, but the referee didn't give it. Fernandinho hesitant on the ball. De Bruyne does take over. We know he can cross it from here, and he does so. What an inviting ball towards Jesus. Denier can head it away. To Guimaraes. To Cacaret. It's to Cornet, and here's where the counter-attack can kickstart. It's a Cambi in behind. He's one-on-one with Garcia. Can he take him on? No, he can't. Great defending from the Spaniard. Can't avoid the corner, but does avoid any dangerous counter-attack from Lyon. We're seeing here early stages of what Lyon can do on the counter-attack and how they can hurt City. Yes, they've got extra protection. Manchester City with a back three and more defensive midfielders on the pitch. But City do lack a little bit of pace in these defensive areas, so they have to be careful because Depay does have a little bit of acceleration about him. And he's going to be the one taking this corner. Crosses towards the near post. De Bruyne can head away, but it's met. And it's going to be struck by Marcel. It's a good save from Edison. Marcal, sorry. The Brazilian left-back playing centre-back. Met it nicely. The Brazilian, but the other Brazilian in the City goal was able to deal with it. And City just have the ball again. Obviously, it's a 90-minute game, no two legs, so they don't have the protection of maybe, playing them at the Etihad, knowing that they could definitely score a couple past them. It's Cancelo, back towards Garcia. He's got Walker in space on the right, he'll use him. Into De Bruyne, poor ball from Walker. Got away with it though in the end as the interception from the Lyon defender went straight back to Manchester City. As a Man City fan, I am feeling scared. Just calm down. City are on top at the minute as they get it into Jesus. Can he get it out wide maybe? No, just has to force it back to Fernandinho at the back. Playing advantage as Jesus was bundled to the ground there as he had to hold it up for Manchester City. But yeah, City are definitely on top for the minute, but you can definitely see the counter-attack that is on for Lyon when they do get the ball and get it into the channels, as it's Cancelo at left back, inside to Sterling, little bit of space on the edge of the box, shimmies, tries to prod it to the right to De Bruyne, dealt with by Lyon, but Fernandinho meets it, and can he play in a City forward? No, just has to shift it to the right to Kyle Walker, drilled into Jesus, on the right side of the box, can he get a cross in? Plays it backwards to De Bruyne, tries to get a cross in, good block from the Lyon defender, and cleared by Cornet, towards Akambi, deals with the first bounce, and deals with the second, and keeps it for Lyon, great forward play there from Akambi. 14 appearances, this is 15th Akambi. Did join from Villarreal in January. He's going to sign permanently after this season does end. Only 2 goals for him, but we know what he brings to this Lyon team as they've given away with Cancelo. Got it down to Sterling, back to Cancelo, who's able to keep it in and go inside to Rodri. Caught late there, Cancelo, no advantage played. I think he's going to book him for that. Yeah, he will do so as well. The referee, Dubois, in the book already. He's missed 16 games in all competitions with injury. I think he's also a vice captain at Lyon. I've seen that he's captained them a couple of times in the league when Depay wasn't available. Yeah, just caught Cancelo late there. No need for the theatrical jump at the end there from Cancelo, but got the foul and the yellow card in the end. We've got to remember as well, if City win this game, they've got to face Bayern Munich on Wednesday night. And that's a whole different kind of challenge. Obviously, it won't be the same challenge in terms of what they've got to face. Lyon's very defensive. Bayern Munich will be very attacking and playing a high line. But I think they've got to try and get through this game as best they can, as they've given it away with Eric Garcia not being able to find a City player, and they're on the counter-attack. It's Akambi on the right. Great defending and recovery from Cancelo. Gives away a throw-in near towards the corner flag. Just gave it away there, Garcia. Throw-in's been taken. It's back towards Denier on the halfway line. If you aren't subscribed, please do. And like as well, if you're in the stream, that would help me out massively. As it's Mac out. Into Depay, met with Fernandinho. And De Bruyne can also help it on towards a throw-in, as Depay can't have any time on the ball. Bayern Munich is something else. Yeah, last night, they were definitely something else, that's for sure. 8 goals against Barcelona. Obviously, Quique Setien was sacked last night, the Barcelona manager, pretty much straight after the game. As Cornet took the throw-in, and Rodri's been able to just hoof it out for another Lyon, throwing more towards down the line in their own half. Rodri just slicing that out for a throw-in. The only game he's missed, Rodri, was against Atalanta away. Also only played Atalanta at home 45 minutes not just below 45 minutes because he got injured in that game and had to be replaced by Stones. But when he does play for City, they usually come out with the positive results. Lyon have got another throw-in further into the Manchester City half now as they look to get it into the box towards Akambi. Says he's only 6 foot, but he's definitely got a lot of... I think he might be a little bit taller than that, looking at it now. But the throw-in, it's deep. It's won by Rodri. And De Bruyne can help it clear as well. Aiming towards Jesus, who will try and press Marcal here, who brings it down very easily in his own half and just distributes back to the goalkeeper. Lopez. The Portuguese, he is also in his home country. Sends it towards Akambi. Heads it down looking for a Lyon man. It's a heavy touch from De Bruyne. Gives it towards Memphis Depay. It's again a slice clinch from Kyle Walker towards Gundogan, but he can head it down towards Kevin De Bruyne, but it's Aouar who comes out with it, and it's Kevin De Bruyne who just catches him late, and it's a free kick to Lyon just inside their own half. They're asking for a yellow card, but he did go for the ball there, Kevin De Bruyne, just caught him late. 12 goals in the last 2 games for Bayern Munich, that's true. It's making it look like that Chelsea result is a very good one. 4-1 defeat at the Allianz Arena, they're making that look a very good result. We're just under 15 minutes in. It's still 0-0. As they're taking that free kick into Gimenez to deny over to Marcelo. Dinks over the top towards Akambi, and he can chest it down towards that corner flag. Holds it up against Eric Garcia. Finds Depay. Back to Akambi. Just keeps it with Marcal. It's good, a little bit of possession play here from Lyon. Marcelo turns. Options to his left and right. He'll end up turning back instead and just playing it back to Lopez, the goalkeeper. Back to Marcelo. They've had to drop further deep. Here, Lyon in their own half. Back towards the goalkeeper. 7 national team appearances for the goalkeeper of Lyon. He chips it towards Akambi again over his head, and it's Garcia who heads it down towards Fernandinho. A hurried clearance means it only falls as far as Marcal, who can bring it forward for Lyon in the City half. He's got options inside. He will use Depay. Met with Gundogan, but his interception falls back to the Brazilian Marcal, and it'll be a throw for Lyon as he sees it out against Gundogan. Throw-in taken to Aouar. Depay back heels looking for Cornet in behind, but it's Walker who deals with it. Tries to slam it away, but it's met with by Cornet, and it'll be a Manchester City throw-in just inside their own half towards the defensive final third. Kyle Walker taking his time with this throw-in. He made his 25th Champions League appearance against Real Madrid. Obviously now becoming one of Europe's best right-backs, you could say. Especially against Real Madrid, like I've said. Great performance from him. He's still going to take this throw-in. Throws it inside looking for Sterling. Holds it up, bundled to the ground by Denier. Well won from Raheem Sterling. But like I said, Denier formerly of Manchester City. Went on 4 loan spells during his 5-year spell at the club. Now I think he's found a settled home at Lyon. 85th appearance for him tonight. Was on loan at teams like Sunderland, Galatasaray. Seems to be an ever-present in this Lyon team as City look to go over the top in behind towards Jesus, but too much on it from Cancelo, and Lopez can collect. Obviously going to look for Akambi. Lopez, I'm presuming now all of his goal kicks have gone there so far in this game, but it's curled inside towards Depay, but it's Rodri who wins his header, and Denier meets it, and it's going to be Gimenez in the midfield who is dispossessed, and Jesus can try and bring it out for Manchester City. Tackled, and it's Dubois who sends away Akambi down the right hand side. Laporte, much better pace for him tonight in that instance. Sorry about that. As Cancelo takes the throw. Cleared long towards Jesus. Can't hold it up that time. Denier deals with it. Dubois down the right. Met with Jesus. And Gundogan again just falls back to Lyon's way after the interception. And it's Cornet on this left. Into Gimenez. Finds Memphis. Down the line to Cornet. It's Fernandinho who's alongside. He gets a cross in along the ground. Nicely dealt with by Eric Garcia. And City can play out from the back here with Rodri. Forced back towards Fernandinho. Has to hoof it clear. Looking for... I don't think he was even aiming for anyone there, Fernandinho. I think he just wanted it clear. But City are struggling at the back to get it out. Lyon are doing well with their pressing to avoid City from bursting on quick counter-attacks. It's inside to Marcelo, the number 6 for Lyon. Out to Marcal. Side to Depay. Aouar, Cornet, back to Marcal. Good possession play here from Lyon. They're keeping the ball quite nicely as they've gone for a long diagonal switch towards Dubois, and he's found him very nicely. Goes inside to Akambi. Lays off behind him. It's now Gimenez. The edge of the box. Forces it out wide right. Towards Dubois. Pye pokes it into the box towards Aouar. And he's able to find him and he pulls it back. It needs to be a better ball. A big slide tackle from Marcal to avoid De Bruyne from getting away was made, but it just went straight to Edison. He sends on the counter-attack to De Bruyne down the right. What a ball! Oh, De Bruyne tries to go for the first time attempt. It was unfortunate from the Belgian. And Lopez and Lyon have the ball again with Cornet as he distributes quickly. Yeah, Aouar got a nice ball into the box there. I don't know if he was offside, but nicely done to get inside the box and past the City defence, but his pullback just wasn't quite to the standard that he needed it to be. As Lyon again have possession of the ball. Look, a 5-2-1-2 there for Manchester City. It's only took me 20 minutes to realise the formation. As Depay sends it over the top, in behind looking for a Cambi, lays it off to the left to Cornet. It's great play here from Lyon. They've got off to a cracking start in the first 20 minutes. As Gimenez, tries to get inside to Aouar. Nicely dealt with from City, and De Bruyne's been released. He's got Sterling to his left. He'll use him, tries to get him in behind. Denier needs to make a tackle. Does get across and slows down the counter-attack. Sterling has to hold it up. Good defending from Denier. Forces Sterling back towards Cancelo, and Lyon can get players behind the ball again. As we have Gundogan. Over to Fernandinho. Walker, Fernandinho. Yeah, 5-2-1-2. When defending, that's for sure. When trying to get on the counter-attack. As they've brought Laporte into play, who can bring it forward. Plays to Cancelo. He's kept on running Laporte, but not used his run in the end. Back to Gundogan. He's just filling in that centre-half position for now. And goes over to Laporte on that left. Cancelo is available on the left in behind, but they couldn't quite find him, and it's back to Laporte again. Very compact here from Lyon. It's great defending so far. Really impressive from the French team. Fernandinho to Kevin De Bruyne. Forced back again to Fernandinho side his own half. It's really good play here from Lyon. They haven't been to a quarter-final, or past the quarter-final, since the 2009-10 season, where they did get to the semi-finals in the end. Can they make that history again and surpass the quarter-finals? Garcia over to Laporte on this left. He's got Gundogan over to that side and Cancelo, and he'll use the Portuguese. He's got Gundogan making a run, uses it as a decoy, and sends through Sterling in the box. Great ball from Cancelo. He has got options. Goes towards the edge of the box looking for Cancelo. Well read from Aouar, and it's fouled by Gundogan as he wins a free kick for Lyon, and Lyon do deal with another City attack. It was a good ball from Cancelo again, and it was Sterling looking for that cutback. Just couldn't quite find him. Look to the edge to Cancelo to complete the 1-2, but too many bodies in that box for Lyon to, for City to get a dangerous shot away there. Was definitely a foul from Gundogan. He was complaining to the referee, but he was 100% a foul. No questions about that. It's Lopez to Marcelo at the back. Interesting, last season, Lyon got to the round of 16, were knocked out, but they got to the round of 16 by winning one game, losing one, and drawing 6. So that's a lot of draws to get through to the knockout stages. Marcal sent a ball over the top to Akambi. He's in behind here. Great tackle from Garcia. Forced to Cornet. Whips it into the bottom left corner. And Lyon are ahead, but it might be offside. Lyon have taken the lead. It was a great tackle from Garcia, but it just fell straight to Cornet. Edison came right out of his box, trying to close down the angle, and it was an easy finish for Cornet, who just literally bent it into the bottom left corner. Lyon are ahead, but I thought it was offside. We'll have to see. This is everything that Lyon deserve. They've been fantastic in this first 24 minutes. But VAR are checking it. I thought it was offside at first. Let's have a look. Oh, it looks like Kyle Walker's played him onside. I think that's a goal. Akambi brings it down. Great recovery tackle from Garcia, but it only went as far as Cornet. Edison well off his line, in no man's land. Shocking keeping, really. Easily bent around him by Cornet. He scored 2 against them last year, and he's looking like he's going to get his 3rd in 3 appearances against City. That's definitely 1-0 Lyon for sure, unless he shows a different angle. In a massive shock, Manchester City look like they're going to be falling behind here. This is everything that Lyon deserve, and they're 1-0 up. Goal has stood. Maxwell Cornet from the left wing back role has scored. Ball over the top from Marcal. Found Akambi. I think it was Kyle Walker playing him onside. Big tackle from Garcia. Edison tried to meet it, then he tried to backtrack. Realised he was so far out of position that it was an easy finish for Cornet just to bend it around him in that near post. And it's Manchester City 0, Lyon 1. And they do not deserve anything less. Same old City. Same old City. His first goal in the Champions League, and what a time to get it. City have not been good enough so far tonight. Might not even be the case of that. It's just Lyon's been so good at the beginning. But City want to be known as these big European heavyweights, but when you can't get past the quarter-final in the Champions League, there's no way you can be labelled one of the best teams in Europe. As Fernandinho can bring out from the back for City. Goes for a very audacious switch, looking for Cancelo. Looks like there's going to be too much on it for him to meet it yet. Out for a goal kick. I think Ederson could have done better. Ederson definitely should have done better. I don't know why he was coming out so deep when Garcia was there to make the tackle. And then he tried to backtrack and then not even dive for it. Just let the ball go in. Because he's so far out of position that he couldn't even attempt to dive and save. Yes, it was a good finish from Cornet to bend it into that bottom left corner. That was a really smart finish from the Ivorian, but he really should have done better with that Ederson. Just not sure what he was really doing. Lopez takes this goal kick to the right-hand side of Lyon. Cancelo can't meet the header, but goes over everyone's head, and Laporte can take the throw. No attempts so far for Manchester City. I think that says it all so far. Lyon defensively have been superb. If this is Barcelona, are they going to be defending like this and so well? Maybe, but I'd have a lot more faith in Bayern Munich putting a few past Lyon than I've got in Manchester City right now. Laporte into Cancelo again, round the corner to Sterling. It's the third time he's done that. Sterling holds it up. Doubled on by Gimenez and Denier. And met by a third with Dubois, and they deal with him so well. This is honestly great defending here from Lyon. Back heel towards Denier. Jesus meets it. Fouled. It's a free kick towards the corner flag. Good anticipation from Jesus to get in front of Denier. Take a ball away from the Belgian defender and win a free kick. Manchester City have got it all to do so far. If City keep on being like this, the semi-finals won't be exciting and one-sided. I think it'll be different in the semi-finals if they play Bayern Munich, because they won't be just playing a brick wall like they are right now. They're literally playing like 11 behind the ball. With Bayern Munich, it will be completely different. It will be a much more open game, which I think will suit City. Cornet's gone down in the box. He's trying to hold Laporte down. Laporte's just shoved into the ground as he's tried to hold Aymeric Laporte. Dangerous here though. On the angle, De Bruyne to cross it in. It'll be an in-swinger. Goes looking for goal, punched away from Lopez. Poor from Kevin De Bruyne. And he falls all the way back out for a throw-in. He takes it quickly, looking in behind for Jesus. Dubois deals with it. Can only concede another throw-in. 28 minutes in, Manchester City 0, Lyon 1. The way they're pressing City and getting bodies around the ball as Cacarete can take it away here, and Memphis Depay takes over and he looks around the corner towards Akambi. Not a good enough ball. And Cancelo can get on it for Manchester City. And he gets dispossessed within the midfield. And Lyon can bring it away with Aouar. Tripped by Fernandinho, no need for it. And a free kick and a yellow card for Fernandinho. This Aouar's looking a very good player, linked with City, and I can definitely see why. Stupid from Fernandinho. We know he's got that lack of judgment within him. 2 red cards this year. One against Aston Villa for 2 bookings that weren't needed, and a red card against Chelsea for the handball off the line. But I think City just need to go back to what they know with the 4-3-3. Get on Bernardo Silva, maybe David Silva, Foden, a player like that. Mahrez for sure needs to get on. Why he's not starting is completely beyond me. And they need to get running at this Lyon defence, cause them a few issues. When you haven't had a shot against Lyon in the first half an hour, alarm bells must be ringing for Pep Guardiola. It's a free kick here. It's around 30 yards out, but they're going to dink it into the box. I'm going to say if they could get an attempt there, it's Fernandinho misses his header and it falls over to Kyle Walker towards the corner flag, meets it and clears it away. I think he's won a free kick there, Kyle Walker. Met by Marcelo. Kyle Walker got there first and completely taken out by the centre half. Poor challenge there. Bernardo Silva thinks that should be a yellow card. He's right on his feet. It's Laporte. Over to Gundogan. City definitely need to try and muster some kind of meaningful attack before half time, because this is looking worrying for the former Premier League champions. Fernandinho dinks over the top, looking for De Bruyne. Cornet can just head it behind him and take over. Great defending from Cornet. What player he's been today. That's a poor pass. Straight to Laporte. He was aiming for a campy. It was an unfortunate ball. Love the stream, mate. Cheers. Jack, I'm glad you're enjoying. As Cancelo sends it down the left, down the byline, gets a left-footed ball in. Lopez deals with it, but not well enough. Gundogan, great save from Lopez. And it can be cleared by Dubois, not very convincingly, only to the edge of the box to De Bruyne, who can't bring it down. It's Aouar who can. Met with Rodri, and City can keep this alive. Sterling. Running at the Lyon defence, what they need to do more of. He keeps going, has to turn back. Send toward this corner flag. Great tackle from Gimenez, and Dubois can take over and find a Cambi. Looking for the captain, Memphis Depay. Can't quite do so, and City have the ball again. There's Kyle Walker down the right. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the stream so far. Rodri. Fernandinho into Walker. They need to try and get him behind. There's a bit of space here, and they're trying to find Jesus. Met with Marcelo. Lyon have the ball back with Aouar. Easily skips by Walker and Jesus into Depay. Back heel to Cacaret. And he gets it back in towards Memphis Depay. Good recovery from Fernandinho to kill that attack. I'm hoping Lyon don't have such a good Champions League where all the big teams come in and steal all their players again. Because there's got to be a few big teams sniffing around here. As a short Cancelo pass means Laporte has to panic and sends it out for a throw for Lyon. This is very worrying signs here for Manchester City. At the end of the stream, we'll discuss a semi-final commentary, which one we'll be deciding to do. Because obviously, if it's Manchester City going through, I'll definitely be doing City and Bayern Munich. But maybe if Lyon make it, you might want to see a PSG Leipzig instead. There's another foul from Fernandinho. He's on a booking. He needs to be careful. The captain, I think he'll be subbed at half-time, personally, Fernandinho. They're having a word with the referee. Obviously, it's only his second foul. Well won by Aouar. Tried to skip past him. What team to support, I am not going to say. I never say on any streams, just in case you I don't know, just to save any kind of comments that might be said if I commentate the team I support and all that. So I'll just keep it quiet. So yeah, I'm going to keep that quiet for now. Here's Depay does take that free kick towards the back post. It's Marcelo who meets it, and it's Gundogan who clears it away. Out for a throw-in. Pep Guardiola is definitely going to be panicking, because if they cannot get it past the quarterfinals, it's the fourth time that he's not been able to do so. And there must be question marks over what is going wrong for Manchester City. Apparently one of these best teams in Europe can't get to a semi-final of a Champions League. It's Eric Garcia back towards Edison as they've won it back from Lyon. City do have it with Garcia at the back. To Laporte. Garcia again. There's just no room for Manchester City to play. This is just, in terms of defensive structure, this is unbelievable from Lyon. No space to get De Bruyne on the ball. Gundogan, Sterling, Jesus. Straight to Laporte, drills it in looking for Sterling. It's Denai who meets it, but Sterling meets it as well. It's going to be a Manchester City throw-in. Well, one from Sterling to get in front of Denier. Throws it into Cancelo, goes down the line. Tackle from Dubois, out for another throw-in. Further up the pitch here from City. It's more what they want to see. Throw-in hasn't been taken yet, as we've got just over 10 minutes till half-time. Cancelo throws it towards Jesus in the box. Met by Marcelo, but it's back towards Cancelo. And they want it to Garcia. They're going to look to switch the play, maybe. Fernandinho. on the ball, inside towards Gundogan. Poor ball from the Brazilian. They got away with it as Lyon's clearances have gone straight back to Eric Garcia. Thanks for all the likes and everything so far on the stream. As Laporte brings it forward for Manchester City into Cancelo. Knocks backwards to Sterling. Fernandinho, they need to create something here, City. Gundogan's in the middle, doesn't use him. He had a bit of space there as well, the German. Forces it back out wide to Cancelo. Cancelo twists, turns, distributes to Garcia. Gundogan, Garcia again. So at least City have got the ball for the minute as Fernandinho chops inside and goes for the switch towards Cancelo. It's a perfect ball as he chests it down inside. Tries to flick it over Dubois' head. Nicely intercepted. Cacaret now on the ball down the right. Big tackle from Cancelo to stop the attack from Cacaret, and it's going to be a throw for Lyon. As we do restart with with Macal to Cornet. He's been the star man so far on that left hand side for Lyon. Got Aouar looking down the line, but Fernandinho intercepts and he can win it. And there's been a bit of a head-on-head collision. He's had to, stop the play because it does look like both players have sustained a little bit of pain there. But City could have been away on a counter attack, but it wasn't just a Lyon player who was down injured. Also, Fernandinho took a bit of a heavy knock from that. I'm not sure what it was really. I think obviously Fernandinho must have been caught, but it was Aouar who came out worse from the connection there. But City were away on the counter attack, but obviously new laws, head collisions you have to blow straight away. Fernandinho sat up, Aouar's laid down. Fernandinho's back on his feet now. I think Aouar's about to do the same thing as well. City, they've got so much on the bench. If they imagine if they don't even score. It'd be so, I'm sorry, but this will be, Lyon so far have set up fantastically. All praise needs to go to Rudy Garcia, their manager. He set them up so well. But the amount of talent and money City have spent, they have to be beating these kind of teams. I'm sorry, but if they want to be spoken on the same level as Bayern Munich, they need to be winning these games. Bayern Munich just beat one of the greatest ever teams. Obviously, they're aging, but one of the best teams, Barcelona, 8-2. Not just like 4-1. 8-2. Sterling's been sent down the left-hand side, so they need to be winning these type of games. Sterling tries to take on Denier, just needs to try and get a cross in, maybe win a corner. He's been fouled just on the edge of the box on the far left towards the byline, so City with another dangerous area to get a cross in. Well won from Raheem Sterling. 20 Premier League goals for him this year. 31 in all competitions. Scored his 100th against Real Madrid. It's his first Champions League goal since Game 4 against Atalanta away. They might need a goal from him tonight. De Bruyne is on it. I think it's going to be a two-man war, more than likely. It is. De Bruyne is going to swing it in with power. Shoots. Punched away by Lopez again. Not enough accuracy on it from De Bruyne. Headed back towards him by Cancelo. Met with Depay. Finds some space. Crosses it on with the left foot. Over the bar. Out for a goal kick. And City again. Another attack that's led to nothing. If De Bruyne wants to keep trying to go for goal from those angles, he needs to whip it more towards the near post to make Lopez work and maybe dive, cause a corner or a rebound. But Rudy Garcia, currently the Lyon manager, has been absolutely fantastic so far. Joined in 2019, 35th game as the manager. Only lost 11 games since taking over as Cancelo heads it out for a throw-in for Lyon on the halfway line. Not a great record as a manager in the Champions League though. 30 games, only 6 wins, alongside 15 losses. So it'll be very historic for his team to win this game as Lyon send it back towards their goalkeeper. Lopez sends it on towards Cornet. Kyle Walker deals with it nicely, wins the ball. Cornet feels like he's been connected there. City play on for sure because there's nothing wrong with it, and there's no need to kick out a play. If Cornet wants to stay on the ground when it's not a foul, then he can do that. As Kyle Walker sent it towards De Bruyne. As Akambi's having to fill in at left wing back for now. As De Bruyne gets it in behind, tries to get in towards the midfield. A heavy touch from Gimarães means De Bruyne keeps it, and apparently he's fouled him trying to get to the ball. I'm not sure about that one. De Bruyne gives away a foul just inside the Lyon box as he tried to capitalise on a Gimarães heavy touch. I don't know how Maxwell Cornet's doing. Nah, it was a foul in the end. I think De Bruyne just caught him there a little bit. How did the first goal happen? It was just a simple ball over the top from Macau. They sent the back on the left-hand side for Lyon. Akambi onside, got him behind. Garcia made a great recovery challenge, but Edison come off his line, and the challenge from Garcia just laid it into Cornet and just bent it to the near post around Edison, and obviously VAR checked it for offside, nothing given, and that's how the first goal went in. And the only goal so far is Lyon have got it back with Cornet. He's back on his feet to Marcal. Heavy touch. Walker with a big challenge on him by Marcal, but it's won by Marcal with the ball. So good challenge. Was aggressive and heavy, but clean tackle. It's Garcia for City. Coming in towards half-time. I'm very surprised if no changes are made at half-time by Pep Guardiola. As it's Laporte who needs to bring it forward for City. They keep going side to side. They need to be getting it in behind like Cancelo's done a few times already today. Has to force it back though to the side to Gundogan. To Fernandinho. He's got Walker on the right with space. He gets it to him. Closed down quickly by Cornet, so he has to find Fernandinho again. It's Garcia. To Gundogan. It's Fernandinho again. It's so compact. And there's not enough room in the midfield at all for City to work in with. Garcia brings it forward. Gets it wide left to Laporte. He needs to bring it forward. He does. And lays it off to Cancelo on the left. Primarily right-footed, and he plays a right-footed pass back to Gundogan. Laporte, who is left-footed, swings across in. Marcal's able to head it away, only as far as Rodri, who nods it down to Kyle Walker. Back inside to Jesus, right on the edge of the box, holds it up, and lays off Sterling. Needs to get the ball across, chops in. What a skill from Sterling, and then pulls it back towards Rodri. Saved, spilled by Lopez, and back on it in the 6-yard box. And that's City's first proper, meaningful attack, I'd say, for a very long time. Sterling sent 2 Lyon defenders on their backsides and pulled it back towards Rodri, and it was saved by Lopez. He's been a bit nervy, Lopez. He spilt it, and if someone was on it for City there, that could have been a goal. He spilt a few already, Lopez, so I think City just need to get a few more shots away. Yes, he's experienced for Lyon. It's his 338th appearance. Been there since he was 13 years old, but he in one of the biggest games he's going to play for Lyon, he's had a bit of a shaky start when a ball's being fired towards him. City get on the attack again with Laporte, who brings it forward, distributes left to Cancelo. De Bruyne's there in space, will use him, and he can flash it across the box. Good defending from Marcelo. Corner kick, Manchester City. We're coming towards half-time. City are looking for that goal. Marcelo, good defending. Lopez was there just in case. They took it short. Cancelo back to De Bruyne. Better angle for him. He keeps it in. Tries to lay it back towards Laporte. Intercepted, and Cornet can clear only as far as Kyle Walker, who lays it off right to Fernandinho. To Sterling. He's 1-on-1 with Marcal. He needs to fancy himself here, Sterling. Try and take on the makeshift centre-back. Just holds it up on this right-hand side. Back to Rodri. Inside to Jesus on the edge of the box. Oh, back to Rodri. Over to Laporte by Walker. Camby couldn't quite intercept. Cancelo again. Laporte, Gundogan. Gundogan makes a nice run and finds De Bruyne in the box. Holds it up. Wins another corner as he's passed. Cannons off Cornet. 44th minute exactly. I wonder how much added on time there will be. City are starting to really attack and become a bit of a threat for Lyon. I think they still need to make changes at half-time, though, if they want to come out victorious in this game. De Bruyne will swing it in, flicked on by Rodri, too much on it from the Spaniard, and he'll be out for a goal kick for Lyon. The 6'3" of Rodri, I think he's probably taller than that, probably 6'4". Headed that over. Does have 3 goals for this year. I remember one of one I commentated on. It was Burnley versus Manchester City, and he scored an absolute rocket in that game. So we know he has a shot on him. And another commentary I did, Norwich v Manchester City, he scored a nice goal from outside the box there as well. So we know he has a strike on him. So maybe from those far regions to put some pressure on the Lyon keeper, he could have a few pop shots. Rodriguez, the goal kick's gone straight back to Manchester City. It's Garcia. Needs to send it forward for Manchester City if he can. 2 minutes of additional time. We've just started that. So when we get to the 47th minute on the timer, that's when half-time should be upon us. It's Garcia gets it to Fernandinho. Backwards to Rodri. Just no room in this midfield. The structure and the shape of Lyon's been superb in the first 45 minutes, but can they keep it alive? De Bruyne with an out-swinging ball towards Sterling. Shoots. Great save. What a ball with the outside of the foot by De Bruyne. Caught everyone off guard, even me. Didn't expect that ball to come from Kevin De Bruyne. We know he has skill, but what a ball. Gets to Sterling. Very tight angle. Great sliding tackle from Cornet, who's just been absolutely fantastic tonight. The number 27. Unlucky from Sterling. Was going goal bound. This game has been trash. It's just been very, very, very good performance from Lyon as De Bruyne swings it in. Too much on it. Bounces over everyone's head and back to the back post towards Sterling, who keeps it alive. Cancelo goes back towards De Bruyne, the corner taker. Cleared by Cornet. Not good enough from the Ivorian. It's Gundogan who has it for Manchester City. The second half, it'll get a lot better, I can tell you that. Is the ball from Cancelo deflects off Depay, but fortunately back towards Rodri. Definitely stick around for the second half. He'll get, after City make a few changes, it's going to get very interesting. It's Cancelo. He goes for an outside of the foot pass looking for Jesus. Headed away by, I think that's Marcelo, and it's Cornet down the left who can deal with it, but not very well. As it falls to Rodri. He's got Walker down the right and he'll use him. 20 seconds of the half left. Walker over to Garcia. They need to get it forward here, City. Laporte, Cancelo. Here is the last chance for City. Out wide to Sterling. Tries to take on Guedes and Dubois. Can't do so. Good defending from the fullback. Chips it towards Guedes. And it's going to be half-time from the referee. And that is it. City are trailing at half-time. Guardiola's going to have a massive rethink here, because at this rate and the way this game is going, I can't even see Manchester City scoring. I know that's quite hard to say, but after scoring 102 league goals, and I'm saying that I don't think City will score, and they've also scored 20 in the Champions League, I just do not think they're going to score here. They need changes big time. I know they're going for a free at the back to counter the counter-attack of Lyon, but it wasn't even the counter-attack they conceded. It was just a simple ball over the top and caught City out, and they're now behind. My mum said hello. I tell her I said hi back. But yeah, what did you think of that half-time? Very, very worrying for Manchester City. That's all I'm going to say. Very, very worrying indeed. Just going to change this to half-time quickly. Yeah, I'm just unsure of, personally, why. When I saw the lineup, I thought, okay, right, defensive players. And that's why we went for a back three, and I was like, right, so we've got Rodri, Gundogan in that midfield. Why is he not playing like a Bernardo Silva instead of Gundogan? A bit more creativity, because with a back five that they'll go to defensively, they can risk not having two defensive minded. Like Gundogan right now for City is a defensive minded midfielder. So why, when we've got Rodri in the midfield and we've got five defenders, why do we need two defensive minded midfielders? Surely we can sacrifice one and play like a David Silva, where maybe De Bruyne is, and then drop De Bruyne further back so he has more of an impact on the game, because City can't get in behind Lyon. De Bruyne is too far up and he can't really get on the ball too much, so I bring off Fernandinho personally. I'd keep Gundogan on now because they need as many attacking players as they can. I'd take off Fernandinho, bring on David Silva, and just tell them to drop deep for the ball and try and get runners in behind if they can, or just just not play as high because they can't get it to him. Kevin De Bruyne, and I just think they need to make a change at half time. And if it's not Fernandinho who's got a booking and pretty much one challenge away from a red because he conceded 2 fouls, then they could be in danger, Manchester City. Sorry for the voice as well. I'm just a little ill at the minute, so the voice is not where it's at the minute. We've all got 6 likes in a minute. All doing all good. Fernandinho really hasn't been. Wow, I can't speak. Fernandinho hasn't really had his best game. That's very true. He's not really played well. He went. I think I'm going to see the replay, but I'm going to say this, and I will take back my words if I'm wrong. I think it went over his head, or there was one chance, especially at the start. It went over his head way too easily, and they got him behind Lyon. I don't know whose head. I think it went over Walker's head for the goal. But there was one chance right at the start of the game where it just went over Fernandinho's head, and he gets an unnecessary yellow card, and he does another challenge straight after the yellow card. It's like he's inviting a red card. Average performance from City, great defending and discipline from Lyon reminds me of Sheffield United. 100%, I could not agree more with that. They've been fantastic defensively. Lyon have been really impressed. Should City still be able to find a way to break through? For sure, the amount of quality and money that is in that squad. You know, they're paid to break down these kind of teams, and if they do get knocked out, then there's definitely going to be questions asked for sure of Pep Guardiola and probably the investment and the recruitment of Manchester City, because it's all good getting these players for the Premier League, you know, like your Rodri, for an example. Let's be honest, before we joined City, we didn't know much about him. He's not like a European proven player. And it might just be the recruitment that City might not be signing the players needed to win the Champions League, yes, for the Premier League, but when it comes to these big pressure games, obviously the players aren't turning up. Again, the game could spin on its head completely. We've got to remember that. And City could end up winning this 2-1, or, you know, it could be this 1-0, and they just keep hitting a brick wall. But at the minute, I just personally don't think right now they have the right players to win this Champions League, clearly, because they're struggling. Imagine if they're playing Bayern Munich like this, defensively anyway. They'd be lucky to get it at half-time and not conceding about 3 goals. But obviously, like I'm saying, right, perfect example, the 2 new signings. Ferran Torres, great player, youngster again, so he will grow in the future. Not European proven as of yet. Nathan Ake, great defender, don't get me wrong, just been relegated with Bournemouth. And when certain players gets injured for City, he's going to be the person who comes in and plays. Never played a Champions League game. I don't think. Let me have a look at that. Let me check. But doesn't have European experience anyway. I think they just need I think City just need to start not splashing the cash too much, but just going for maybe bigger name players that do have a little bit of experience, not a lot of experience. Because yes, in the future when they get the experience, they could go and win Champions League. But City fans want this now. They want the Champions League now. They've been waiting so long for it. But yeah, at the minute, they may have to wait another year for now, because at the minute they're struggling. They really are struggling. Let me see if Nathan Ake's played a Champions League game. Because he's at Chelsea, wasn't he, for a little bit? So he may have played a game. Let's have a look. He's played 1. And he got an assist in it in the 14-15 season. That's impressive. Who was that against? Against Zenit. I'm going to have a random guess. Sorry, this is our topic, but I was just interested. Oh, yeah, I don't know who that is. Maribor. So, yeah, like I said, there's different elements you can look at City and go, yeah, they need some kind of rethink, I think. Pep needs to talk some sense into the players. He needs to change it up. I understand completely why he went 3 at the back. It's to stop any attack and give City more protection. Which is completely fair enough. But I think firstly he's gone a little too defensive, and he's just side to side stuff. So I've looked for the goal here. So it's Marcal on the ball. Who head does it go over? Well, Goes over pretty much everyone's head because it was a high ball. I thought it literally like he jumped and he couldn't get there, but it was a high pass. But there was a chance in the first half where that did happen early on, which went right over his head, where he should have probably been able to meet it. Sorry, you can't beat some fruit shoot hydro. That finish, it just because I'm a goalkeeper myself. I'm looking at that. The ball's going over the top. He's already well off his line. He's so far off his line. I know Garcia's there, but Edison, if he's so far off his line, he's got to come and meet it. He doesn't. He kind of stays where he is. Garcia then comes for the tackle and wins it, like, you would expect from a defender. And then obviously he's tackled. It's gone straight to Cornet, obviously no fault of his own. And then he's so far out, he's having to literally backtrack. And he needs to backtrack so much because he's so far off his line. He's not even been able to spin quick enough and even attempt to dive at the ball. So if you're going to start so high and that ball's coming over the top, like he did against Arsenal, I know it caused a bad injury for Garcia, but come and meet it. Why are you so far off your line and just standing there waiting for a shot when your defender's there to deal with it? If you have faith in your defender, just drop a few yards on your line. And then if he doesn't meet it or Akambi gets away, then you can rush out and close down the angle. I don't get why he was so far off his... I know it's the Guardiola way and all that, but sometimes you've just got to just common sense and just go, right, I'm too far off my line. I just need to drop a few. So I'm not sure. City... This is the thing with this new format that they're doing for this season. I know a lot of people actually want it for next year because it is very exciting, but I do like the two legs. I do like the two-legged games, but I don't like the away goals. But I wouldn't... If there's ever a time again where we need to do this format of like a World Cup kind of thing where one game and you're knocked out, I'd be for it. I think it's well exciting, but in terms of like the history of the Champions League, I would like the two-legged games to stay for next year. Barca sign, big names, look where that got them. Well, sorry. Alright, okay, that's true. I give Barcelona did sign some big names, and they did that. Firstly, yesterday, they played an unbelievable Bayern Munich team that are probably going to go and be on top of Europe's elites for the next few years. But they bought in big players, but their recruitment wasn't right. Griezmann, why did they need to spend 100-odd million on a 29-year-old winger that they'll get absolutely nothing for in a few years' time? Like, there's players out there who you could have probably spent half of what you spent on Griezmann, about probably 7-8 years younger, and could bring more in the future. And they bought in these big players, but they've kept with their old times. Bought in De Jong, but plays him out of position so Busquets can still play. How does that make sense? It just doesn't. Bought in Longley. I think he was good when I watched him against Napoli, and then obviously he's had a shocker yesterday. So I get what you mean, but I think as well, realistically, if they're available, maybe City should go in for some Barcelona players. Maybe. I know Messi's the obvious. It wouldn't surprise me if he leaves Barcelona after last night. Obviously, he might just want to stay, to see out of his career, but surely he wants some kind of change of some kind. But if City need to be looking, at certain players, just a bit more experience, balance it with the young players they bring in, and not the most out there names. Mix it a little bit. So I'm saying, like Rodri, you don't really know much about Rodri, but look at the player he's becoming. He's becoming a good player. But he'll only become at his best in a couple of years' time. Sometimes City, with what they want to do now, sometimes they need to buy players who are proven now. Not too many of them. I'm not saying go and buy 5, proven players. Get just 2 who know the Champions League. They've won it. They can bring good experience into the Champions League. Because who's won the Champions League in the City squad? Scott Carson. and he's a lone player from Derby they got just so they could get the right amount of English players to meet the requirements of the Premier League. Other than that, no one's won it in the City squad. So I just think there's a lack of experience as well for sure, but the amount of times they get knocked out, City, they just need to start learning from their mistakes. Obviously the Tottenham game was unlucky, but like that Liverpool quarter-final 2 years ago, that was awful. Liverpool ran riot on them and just made them look rubbish, for being honest. So, yeah. I think that if they gave Griezmann a chance and played him striker and sent into him, he would have been a good man. Yeah, but when you've got Suarez, by the way, last night, his pace is gone. Like, my word, he was slow. I think they need to move on from Suarez. Not Messi, because he's still got it, but, I mean, they need to use Griezmann in that striker position and just get rid of Suarez. Not even get rid of him, just phase him out, because, yes, he's a goal scorer, and we know that, but he was slow yesterday. And maybe give a Griezmann a chance in that, striker position, false nine. Don't stick him out wide just because, there's no other place for him. Then that could work for sure, definitely. But it is nearly the second half very soon, in a couple of minutes. It's interesting how if City get knocked out, the social media will be going off its head. I know it won't be as bad as Barcelona last night, because when you get beat 8-2, everyone's going to be saying something, but they will get a lot of stick here, Manchester City, if they cannot pull through. The worst case scenario for City, right, take away a defeat, right? The worst case scenario for City is a draw. Like, if they get it to extra time, and Lyon just sit back and take it to penalties, that is anyone's game. Anyone's game. So even if they can't, say if they can just get it to extra time, and then penalties, then you just don't know. It could be like you can't go favourite City for a penalty shootout because it's just luck. I still don't know why they still have Suarez. If I was the manager, I would have sold him. I wouldn't even sold it because if he wants to see his career out of Barcelona, I think he should be able to because he's like getting on about he's like 33 now. But I definitely would have been phasing him out because yes, we know how good he is at striker, but the way Barcelona were playing yesterday and how they played against Napoli, they were trying to get that in behind. He doesn't have the pace for that anymore. Ronaldo, he realised he didn't have the pace he once had. He's adapted his game, and look at him now. He's still scoring goals left, right, and centre. I know that's Cristiano Ronaldo, but I think Suarez just needs to, or the manager when they bring a new one in now, needs to look right. Go Suarez. You're not the player you used to be in terms of pace. We're going to adapt your game, where you just get in the right positions and we'll feed you the ball, you spin and shoot, not having to run and chase passes. So I think it'll be interesting what manager they do bring in Barcelona, that's for sure, because it needs to be a better one than Quique Setien. What do you mean Suarez is still good? I hate him, but I can't deny he's... Yeah, good play. He has no pace. Suarez is a great player. His finishing's unbelievable. But in this day and age, the way the game's going, if you're not quick enough, or if your team's not adapting to the way that the game is or the way your team wants to play, like Barcelona, I'm not saying he's good, he just doesn't fit it. Yesterday he wasn't in the game, mainly because Bayern Munich was so good against Napoli. Lesser opposition, didn't really have to go over the top so much. I know he scored the penny. He played alright in that game. He just needs to, adapt his game a little bit more because his legs don't have the legs to keep running in behind like he had to yesterday. But I just phase him out. I think they just need a new start, a rebuild. But we have kicked off for the second half with Lyon starting it, kicking left to right, City right to left, and Laporte wins his header. And no changes, I don't think. As Lyon look to bring it forward for an attack with Marcal to Cornet. Just going to get this timer started in a second, as they've already kicked the ball out. Lyon, and I don't know why. What's happened here then? Right, they've thrown it back to Lyon. I don't know what they were doing, but we've got the ball back with Lyon. I don't know what was happening there. Marcal had passed it out. I'm presuming there was something wrong there or something was going on. We have restarted here, and Lyon look to send it forward towards Cacaret. Does get it to Denier in the end, towards Dubois. Pressed by Cancelo, they go over the top, looking for a Cambi in behind. Laporte deals with it, sees it out, and he gives a corner away. Can't see it out. Cambi gets it off the Frenchman and wins a corner for Lyon. Great play. Just flicked it onto the knee of Laporte and won a corner. Formation, nothing. I don't think anything. As of yet, I know we're only a minute 20 in. I'll have a further look in a second, but at the minute we haven't had a formation. We've had no substitutes anyway. He might have changed the formation, but I'll have a look in a second. Sorry. It's Depay swings it near post. De Bruyne has to clear. Does do so at the second attempt. Can Jesus keep it in? No, he can't. Lyon thrown again. They need better management. If you're talking about Barcelona, 100%. 100%. Quique Setien, his job before that was Real Betis. Hadn't won a trophy in 19 years of management. You joking me? For a foul throw from Dubois, he fell through his fingers. Throwing for Manchester City. How do professionals do that? I know that might have just been literally just slipped through his fingers, but that's such a poor chance to give away, because Lyon pushed up the pitch there, but City do take a successful throw in this time, and it's Fernandinho. No changes, no position changes. Fernandinho still playing at the back. As he gets into Sterling, lays it off to Rodri. They need to be moving it quicker, Manchester City. Too slow. As they do get it to Cancelo eventually. Looks to bring it forward. And just get it to Gundogan. To Rodri. The space on this right. And it's too slow. De Bruyne needs to drop deep. De Bruyne needs to drop deeper to get this ball. They can't get it to him. It's Cancelo down the left. Cuts inside. And it goes all the way back towards Garcia on the halfway line. Rodri, two Spaniards linking up there. Fernandinho. Finds Walker, keeps it in on the far right hand side. Has to go back to Rodri. It's like a broken record saying going backwards. It's Laporte. Into Cancelo again. Can he actually run at the defence maybe this time? Not just pass it to the side. He chops past Dubois, but has to take him on again as the fullback recovers. And he takes him on again. Denier comes over, big tackle. It's going to be a throw for Lyon as it comes back off the Portuguese. Great defending from Denier. Honestly, this is so poor for Manchester City. Talk about bottle jobs here. All of them are at the minute, because they're just not taking it upon themselves to change this game. And it was a Lyon throw-in. It did come off Cancelo last. Good refereeing. Because Laporte wins the header from the throw-in, but they'll have to take another throw-in, Lyon. Throws long towards Akambi. Laporte pokes at it, but it falls to Depay. But the ball from Depay is dealt with by Laporte, but falls back to the Lyon midfield. And Laporte takes over again. Into De Bruyne, he can turn and gets fouled by Caqueret. It's going to be a free kick for City, and they take it quickly over to the right to Fernandinho. First time De Bruyne gets on the ball and he's fouled, winning free kicks. That's why they need to get on. They need to get him on the ball more. It's Sterling tries to complete a 1-2 with Walker. Went on a run, couldn't find him, so it's a throw for City. Garcia over to Laporte. I think Guardiola will change it around the 55th minute if it's not working. 60th at the latest. It's Fernandinho into Walker. A little bit of space here to run into. Uses Jesus on the right into De Bruyne. Oh, just tries to roll it around the Lyon defence. Straight into the hands of Lopez. Couldn't take it under control, De Bruyne. Just pirouetted over it and couldn't take it under his control. If you haven't subscribed, please do. One away from 425. That'd be great to hit tonight. The ball's gone on towards Depay. Header one from Garcia. Oh, cut referee. Oh, man. The ball had gone, and then Garcia kind of just pulled Depay away from him, and he's gave a foul. Let's have a look at this again. He challenged the first time. Nothing wrong with that. Was getting held there, Depay, but that wasn't a foul. Nothing in that. Garcia was literally just holding his side. Nothing, malicious about it. And he throws himself to the ground. Right, Depay's on this. This is about 30-35 yards out. And he's shaping up to shoot here. He's going to do so. Depay strikes from range off the wall of Jesus. And forced to Sterling. He brings it down. Oh, can't get away with counter-attack. Doubled up on again by Lyon. Dribbles it out of play for a throw-in. This is just unbelievable from Lyon. Talking about getting doubled up on City. Every time someone gets the ball, two Lyon players, every time. And they work this way out the throw-in. Just about gets to Marcal. In the left-hand side, heavy touch, and Rodri can bring it into play to Gundogan. First time pass towards Jesus. Needs to bring it forward. Can't quite do so, tackled, and Lyon have the ball back once again. And Lopez clears. Towards Akambi, wins the header, but Garcia intercepts the pass that was going through towards Depay and behind. Cleared along towards Jesus. Going to be a free kick for City as Marcelo used him to get an advantage to win the header there. Tried to take it quickly, intercepted by Lyon, but the referee does pull it back. Took it too quickly, yeah, right over Jesus. Our new subscriber as well, whoever that was, thank you very, very much. I'm not sure who it was, but, whoever it was, massive thank you to you. A quarter of the way there till 500 in terms of another 100 we need, as Laporte does get it into Jesus. Poke to Cancelo, he's got a bit of room to get across in here. Left-footed, it's too much on it and deep, but he will fall to Walker on the opposite side. Got Cornet to beat, just plays it behind him to Fernandinho. He gets a crossing, headed behind by Dubois for a corner. Didn't want to take any risks. It's an okay first-time ball from Fernandinho, not much direction on it, and Dubois, who didn't have anyone around him, just headed it behind just in case there was someone behind him, which there wasn't. It was Cancelo, who could have easily took it upon himself to control and get a crossing. So, good defending in the end from Dubois, and it'll be De Bruyne to take an in-swinger. Glides it into the box, too much on it, and he's told to leave it. Dubois again on the opposite side, but he took it upon himself to just head it away for a corner again. Just glides it into the box there, kind of Charlie Adam-esque. I remember him also doing kind of those floated corners, that kind of stab technique. I don't know why he was the first person that came into my head, but I just remember him doing them all the time. It's De Bruyne. Outswinger. What is that? It's headed away from Lyon. Right to the edge of the box where no one was there. That doesn't make sense, but they get it back to De Bruyne. Fernandinho is being released by Rodri. Cornet having to deal with it, and it's a foul from Fernandinho. I just don't see how that's a foul. He's bought that. Clearly bought that, Cornet. Oh, and he's holding his knee. Oh, go on. Go and play to the cameras. That's fine, mate. Oh, he fell over. Oh, my days. Linesman. About 6 yards. It's the same when Liverpool and Chelsea, when Kovacic apparently fouled Mane. And then it wasn't a free kick. The free kick was given. And then he scores from it. It's like these decisions cost games. As Mahrez, like I said, he's only give it 10 minutes and Mahrez is coming on. Fernandinho's played him behind there, just tussling with Cornet. Doesn't really touch him. Oh, yeah, there you go on. Limping and all that. Oh, caught the back of his foot. My days, he's limping like his knees hurt when it's caught the back of his foot. I don't get that. Oh well. He's back on his feet and he's jogging back. I'm sure he'll be fine in about 30 seconds when his team's not having to defend. As they have sent it long. It's Rodri who heads it forward towards Jesus, chests it down and cleared by Lyon. Couldn't find a player in blue. Laporte lets it bounce and Depay's onto it, but Laporte deals with it and Gundogan hooks it out wide left to Cancelo. Yeah, Mahrez will be coming on, I think, in the next break. So the next throw-in or next time there's a stoppage in play. As Walker's been set off, heavy touch. Aouar can easily tackle. Shocking from Kyle Walker, that touch. With Sunday League stuff, but we've just had another Sunday League touch from Aouar, and Gundogan can bring the ball away for Manchester City. It's Cancelo on the ball. Sterling's there in space on the right. He dinks it towards him. Why he didn't play that on the ground? Again, was a strange decision from Cancelo, but Rodri tackled Aouar and keeps the attack alive for Manchester City. Good midfield play from Rodri. And Merrick Laporte brings it forward for Manchester City. He's got Cancelo on the left in space, and he'll use him just inside the box on the far left. Gets a cross in. Dubois again there to intercept, and it's out for a corner. Once again for City, they need to make this one count, because De Bruyne set pieces, especially from corners, haven't been the greatest tonight. And it is Fernandinho to come on. I thought it was going to be. So I think it's going to go to a back four, for sure. We'll have a look exactly what formation is going to be played. Fernandinho off, Mahrez on, and I'm presuming the captain will now be Kevin De Bruyne, and it is. Why do we always mess up in the quarterfinals? You haven't messed up yet, as they played it short to Sterling, back to De Bruyne, swings it in, dealt with. Only as far as Sterling, he tries to get it back to De Bruyne, intercepted, and foul given as he pulls down Cornet for no apparent reason. There's no counter-attack on, right? The ball's in the air for Cornet and Sterling. He's not going to get a counter-attack away from it. If he just stands his ground and just, holds him up, Cornet's not going anywhere, so I don't get why he's had to pull him down. I know it's frustration, but City don't need frustration right now. They need the opposite. They need calm heads and to take over this game. Lopez sends it long towards that can be down the right, but City have dealt with it. It's Gundogan who can bring it forward. So Rodri and Gundogan at 4-2-3-1 it is. De Bruyne playing in the centre attacking midfield role. Mahrez out wide right, Sterling left. Jesus up front. It's Mahrez who's going to actually run at Lyon, which they've needed for the whole game. Brings it into Rodri. Poor pass, and Rodri's taken Aouar from behind, or it might be Gameres, and he's picked up a yellow card. Frustration's coming out for City here, and if they keep getting frustrated like this, City aren't going to win, and it's going to be another complete embarrassment for the for Manchester City. Unnecessary challenge. I don't get why he's done it. I don't think he really caught Gameres too much, but still a foul. This is just confusing. Everyone's getting frustrated. And it's Lopez sends it again down the right. Cancelo can't win his header, but thankfully goes out for a Lyon, for a Manchester City throw-in. Sorry, my dad said bald head is fashionable. Quite a fashionable guy. That cardigan he used to wear 2 seasons ago was questionable, though. He definitely pulls off the bald head, that's for sure. De Bruyne heads it down towards Walker. Can he meet it against Aouar? No, he can't, but he does win the ball, though, fairly this time. And then Aouar fouled Mahrez on the halfway line on the right-hand side. Sorry about that. I'm just very bottom nose at the minute. Garcia just gets it to Walker. Just over half an hour to go here. This is getting slightly more worrying as the minutes go on here for Manchester City. It's Laporte. Into Cancelo, finds Gundogan. De Bruyne's there, but they're not going to find him. He goes to Jesus instead, pushed on the ground. Marcelo gives away a free kick. Just onto the left of the box as they try and take it quickly, City. I think they're going to pause on doing that. Just on the left of the box, I'll tell you the distance of it when the free kick's been placed. Could be a De Bruyne special here. I know it's a bit far out for him, but we know what De Bruyne can do from set pieces and free kicks. Hasn't been on it today. That's De Bruyne territory. Around, 28 yards out? 25 to 28 yards out there. De Bruyne, if he can get the dip on this could be another De Bruyne masterclass here. This is definitely shooting range. It was well won from Jesus, causing Marcelo to push him in the back. De Bruyne only one goal in the Champions League so far. That was a penalty against Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu. Can he get a second here? De Bruyne versus Lopez. Can he get it over the wall? Lopez can't. Oh, good save. Punches away. Falls to Cancelo. Oh, it's a wild cross. Right up in the air and across to the opposite side where Cornet could try and take over. Oh, it's accidentally hit the hand of I'm not sure who it was, and Lyon deal with it. Good dip from De Bruyne. Over the wall. Not much placement on it, and then Lopez parries it away. They need to get shots away at Lopez. He's parried every single shot. That one did not need to be parried, but he did do so as he does distribute to Dubois down the right-hand side. Cacaret off his face. And out for a throw for City. They just need to shoot at him. They've parried every single thing. Conceded 25 and 26 league games. 2 clean sheets in the Champions League this season against Juve and Leipzig as Mahrez has been sent away by Walker down the right on the byline. Is able to keep it in. Can he take on the number 20 of Lyon? Twists and turns and keeps it. Can't get a crossing. Good block by Marcal. City still have it though with Laporte. Cancelo into Raheem Sterling. Gundogan inside to Mahrez. First time flicking to Jesus. Chests it down. This is what City needs to do more of. More risky passes. It's Kevin De Bruyne on the left. Dinks it in towards the back post. Looking for Sterling. Too much on it. Goal kick Manchester City. That's what they need to do more of though. City. Get it into De Bruyne and Mahrez and Jesus. Like, get it in the gap between the defence and the midfield of Lyon. Not just go side to side and out wide. It's clearly not working for the first hour of the game. The worrying thing though for Manchester City right now is you just can't see them scoring. Obviously with City, They can score at any point. We know they have the quality to do that. But on the basis of this game, they're just not, not creating enough. But they'll sure find a way if possible. And Lyon have got it in the midfield. Tries to find a Camby out wide right to set off a counter attack, but couldn't find him. So here's Garcia over to Laporte. Goes for a long diagonal switch towards Mahrez. Marcal's out there to meet it. Forced to Walker. He puts a challenge in on Cornet, and it's seen as a free kick and a foul by the referee. I think Kyle Walker knew that was a foul as well. No complaints. Good ball from Laporte. But again, Walker, foul. Takes him out. This is worrying though for Manchester City. I'm just interested to see if Lyon do go through. It'll be a great game to see if they can actually deal with Bayern Munich. And if Bayern Munich do, give them a good beating, you'll have to look at it and go, well, why couldn't City do this? And then there's loads of questions. But they've sent it diagonally Lyon, and they've won a throw-in on the opposite side as City had to deal with a long ball. Dubois on the throw-in. Into Depay, nice flick into Caqueret. Finds Marcal, who shoots, bounces in front of Ederson. Easy save for the Brazilian. Adventurous shot from Marcal at the centre-back. No goals this season for him. Doesn't even have a goal for the club yet in 72 appearances, joined in 2017. Just Walker down the right, sends him away into Mahrez. Met by Gimenez. Distributes bad to Walker. Rodri into Gundogan. Needs to move the ball quicker. Doesn't do it. Intercepted, but falls thankfully to Cancelo. Gets into De Bruyne. Looks over the top towards Jesus. Dealt with by the Lyon defence. In the air. Big header from Laporte. Can't find a man in blue, but it's picked up by Rodri. Cancelo thinks it again over to De Bruyne. Finds a ball into Jesus on the edge of the box. Back towards De Bruyne. Takes over. He's going to keep going, De Bruyne. Strikes it. Advantage. Pulled back, and it's a free kick for Manchester City as De Bruyne did continue, but this is dangerous De Bruyne territory. Garcia's asking for a card. It's going to be a yellow card for Marcelo, who I think gave away the foul. To be fair, the referee did play advantage, and De Bruyne had just got a shot away, but it was a big block. But to be fair, the referee pulled it back. This is perfect. De Bruyne, the amount of times he would have practiced these, De Bruyne, he needs to really make this count now. We hear about players who stay behind at training, take a bag of footballs and practice free kicks. It wouldn't surprise me if De Bruyne's one of those type of players, and the practice he has put in, he needs to make this count. Yes, this is very close. This is around 20 yards out, right on the edge of the box, on the left-hand side of that box. If he can get that dip like he did in the first one, I don't think Lopez has a chance, but, they've put Caqueret below the wall, the 20-year-old. He's like kneeling behind just in case De Bruyne decides to try and go low under the wall, so it avoids that from happening. De Bruyne, though, on the free kick. Can he get City back in the game? Mahrez runs over it. De Bruyne goes to the far corner. Poor from the Belgian. Really, really poor. Couldn't even get it on target. Oh, nowhere near. Kevin De Bruyne, what is that? Why he's gone far post is completely beyond me. I don't know why he's done that. Because De Bruyne's technique of free kick was perfect for that. He likes to get it over the wall, like dip, get a good dip on it. So I don't get why he didn't do that then. But City had the ball back from the goal kick anyway. They went long and they couldn't keep it, Lyon. And it's Garcia. Into Mahrez. Mati Garcia over to Laporte. They need to move it quicker, City. Was City maybe more suited to a game against Juventus, so they wouldn't have to play against this kind of team where they put 11 players behind the ball? Would they have liked a more expansive end-to-end game against Juventus? I think they would have, more than likely. As Laporte gets it to Cancelo on the left. It's side to Gundogan. They need to bring it forward, City. They need to do it quickly. Gundogan brings it forward. Pulled back by Akanji on the halfway line. A free kick for City. They're going to make a change as well. Lyon in a second. City have started though, so they can't have time to make the substitute as it is. Eric Garcia gets it into Rodri, needs to pass it. Rodri needs to pass it. Rodri does do so in the end to Laporte. It's so slow from City. This is quite painful to watch, especially if you're a City fan. This must be awful because it's just so slow and they're just not doing anything. As it's Walker to Garcia. Finds Laporte again. It's just the same side to side. Looks over the top for Cancelo. Way too much on it. Can't get there. Goal kick. Lyon. This is probably one of the worst performances I've seen from City this season in terms of creativity. This has been so bad. They've created like 2 clear-cut chances. Maybe 1. De Bruyne's not been good enough from set pieces. Not enough creativity. Not enough clear-cut chances. This has just been really poor. Did not expect this from City. Especially with the hunger that they wanted. As Kevin De Bruyne loses it in the midfield and Lyon have it back. If they get a second here, Lyon, it's tie over for sure. And Edison has it back as Lyon tried to attack. This game is dead. City are making it very dead. They're doing the exact same thing. They need to get some movement, and they've done it here with De Bruyne being set off. He's got options to his right and left. He keeps going on the edge, strikes it with the left foot, good block from Denier. And Lyon midfield can pick it back up and only clear it back towards Walker. That was better though from De Bruyne. Actually running at the defence, and Garcia can set away Kyle Walker. He's going to run at the defence, Kyle Walker. He's going to keep going, taken down. No foul, says the referee. Depay needs to hold it up for Lyon and can't quite do so. City have the ball back with Laporte. Into Mahrez. Too slow, the Algerian, but the poked tackle has gone straight to Cancelo. Late drama is going to be needed again in one of these knockout games. Cancelo into Jesus. Oh, it's actually Mahrez. It is Mahrez. He goes round the corner to Sterling in the box. Needs to find the right pass. He cuts it back. Looking for De Bruyne. First time striking City have got that goal. It's a great ball from Riyad Mahrez in behind Sterling. Cut back the Englishman, looked up, took his time. De Bruyne entered the box, wanting to get on the end of it. He was pulled back to him, right foot, opens up the body, slots it into that bottom right corner. And despite this being a horrific Manchester City performance, they've conjured some kind of attack here. And it's resulted in a goal. De Bruyne from deep, late arrival into the box, couldn't be picked up by a Lyon man. And the game is level. It is unfortunate for Lyon. You can't take anything away from their performance, but a fantastic bottom corner finish from Kevin De Bruyne means it is Manchester City 1, Lyon 1. And City now cannot get complacent and lose what they now have. I've been saying all game, they just need a little bit of intensity. Make that risky pass into Mahrez. They made that risky pass. He sent it around the corner, Sterling in behind. 1-1. And De Bruyne has it again, pokes it through towards Sterling, met by Denier, and he can clear. As Laporte has to get onto the end of it, it's free kick on Depay. And they take it quickly here, Lyon. Just in the midfield area. And it's... Is that a substitute being made from Lyon? I'm not sure. Number 21. I'm not sure. I'll let you know on that. But 69th minute if De Bruyne goal means we are all level. As Marcelo goes for the diagonal. So can be number 21. And Cornet's in behind. Away from Walker. He gets pushed in the box. Does he give a penalty? He gave a goal kick. My word, Kyle Walker. They're going to get a VAR check, but oh my word, what is he doing? Kyle Walker thinks it's not a penalty, but yeah, they've restarted. I think they've had the check. He needs to be careful, Kyle Walker. Let's go City. Told you KDB is the best. He's come with a massive goal there. He did it against PSG in the quarterfinals in 2015. And he's done it again against another French team in 2020. And it's Cancelo down the left. Tries to get past Dubois. But it's a corner as he tackles him. Let's have a look. Not enough in it for a penalty, but my word, that is very risky from Kyle Walker. I'm just saying, if that's my team, I'm asking for a pen. I'm heavily asking for a pen there because that was very risky from Kyle Walker. Got caught in behind him, but we've got De Bruyne with a corner kick, swings it in, great ball headed away by Marcal and Jesus, and can Lyon get on a counter attack? It's Aouar. Gets away from Rodri and Sterling and pokes it through to Depay. Ederson's out of his goal very nicely and clears. Good defending there from Ederson. Cleared and De Bruyne picks it up from a poor De Boer header. I think there has been a substitute. I think that's Thiago Mendes who's come on for Lyon. No confirmation of it though as of yet. He's got it into Mahrez. Relays Jesus down the left. Just on the edge of the box. Shimmies in. Shoots. Great save. Lopez at the near post. Corner Manchester City. Now the game's getting exciting. Oh my gosh, let's go City. Come on, Lyon, get one back. Jack Robertson, are you not a City fan? I don't know, I had a perception you were a City fan, I don't know why. But this is now, the game was a little dead, I can admit that. But we're now getting into an end-to-end game and you just see who's more clinical as De Bruyne takes it short to Cancelo, back to De Bruyne on the better angle. Swings it in towards the far post, sorry. But Lopez comes and collects, that's good defending and good goalkeeping from the Portuguese, and they're on the counter-attack here. Lyon tries to send a Cambi in behind. He heads it over towards Ederson, who deals with it. Beat Cancelo to it there. It can be, but Ederson was able to be off his line and to deal with it. So it's Gundogan gets it out wide left to De Bruyne. This is what they've been needing the whole game, City, just getting De Bruyne into the game. Thank God, I know, yeah, thank God if you are a City fan. The relief and the nerves now must have been settled somewhat. As Rodri goes for a great switch towards De Bruyne down the left. He can bring it down towards the corner flag. Has to hold it up against Dubois. Keeps going. He's given a foul as he's tried to hold off Dubois, and I think he's caught him in the face with his fingers. This referee, I think he's been shocking today, this referee. But yeah, gives a foul against Kevin De Bruyne as he just used his fingers to try and hold him off, poking him. Oh, my throat. Oh, my word. As Leo Dubois will be taken off for Kenny Tete. Yeah, Gimenez was taken off for Lyon, and it was Thiago Mendes who came on. They gave no confirmation of that change. As Aouar will take the captain's armband off Depay. Depay will be replaced here by Moussa Dembele. He is Lyon's top goal scorer. No goals in the Champions League, but it does have 16 in the league. Played 23 minutes against Juventus. He will get 16 plus added on time and plus a potential extra time. Sorry, my throat's really hurting. Like this talking for an hour and 45 straight is starting to take its toll. We have restarted with Lopez now on the ball. Sends it long over the top, I think looking for Moussa Dembele. And he brings it down beautifully. Well won though from Rodri. And City do have the ball with Gundogan and they can bring it forward. Great defending though from Rodri. And it's De Bruyne who feeds Sterling. He's got Jesus to his left and he uses him. Jesus on the right foot tries to strike it. Blocked. Falls back to him on the left foot this time. Tries to strike it. Great defending. Needs to be cleared by Thiago Mendes. And it is. And it's a throw-in for City. Jesus tried the first time. United fan me. Right, now I can understand why you want Lyon to win. But Jesus tried to bend it around Marcelo first time, blocked. Got it on the left foot, tried to shoot, and it was blocked again. But I think it was Marcal maybe that time, and blocked once again, and he was able to clear Thiago Mendes. But City have the ball again. With Laporte to Gundogan. Laporte, too much on it, over the head of Cancelo. Cheap throw-in to give away. Good defending from Marcelo before, though, which came off his thigh. I think there's some claims of handball, but clearly off his thighs. City have got the ball back again from the Lyon throw-in, and they've distributed it out wide to Kyle Walker. Just hoofs it up diagonally towards Sterling, but it's Marcelo who meets it. Not very convincing, and Jesus can chest it down and strike it on the volley. Always slicing wide. Unfortunate, though, from the young Brazilian, only 23 years of age. 152 appearances for City. 68 goals. I think that's a good return for a second striker. King Ryan obviously isn't happy with this result currently. Could we get our first extra time? There's been pretty much nearly every single time, every single game so far, we were set for extra time. The other 3 Champions League quarterfinals, but they've all ended before the 90 minutes. Can we get the same again? As De Bruyne battles in the midfield with the Lyon players, but it's Kenny Tete who looks around the corner for Cornet. Walker deals with it well, but has to be careful because he was onside again. But Mahrez picks it up and finds Jesus, who's loads of space down the left for Sterling, and he uses him one-on-one with Marcelo on the right foot. Shimmy in, dinks it to the back post to Jesus, who strikes. Oh, couldn't get over it, bounces it up and over the bar. What a chance for City. Let's go, Lyon. We've got another Lyon supporter. Well, not a Lyon supporter, but someone who wants Lyon to win. Good patience that from Sterling. Got the ball, realised he couldn't take on Marcelo, and there wasn't an option. Just held it up. Saw Jesus coming around the back post. Great ball for him. Jesus should have done a lot better with that. As Lopez will take that goal kick towards their right over Cancelo and Moussa Dembele, and will be a throw-in for Manchester City. Very much tension around the ground. Champions League has, well, 2 Champions League for Guardiola's. One in 2008-09, and in the 2010-11 season. Obviously hasn't won it in 9 years. Obviously hasn't won it since that great Barcelona squad that we are now slowly start to see deteriorating. It's Laporte tries to get into Sterling. Poor ball, and Lyon could be in behind here. Moussa Dembele, he's left it and he's in behind Dembele. Can he score? Save from Edison. He's put it in. It's 2-1 Lyon. There's going to be more questions of offside and a possible foul, but Lyon have taken the lead again. I have to see a VAR check. There's something wrong with that. But Lyon have taken the lead again. So Dembele, Akambi was offside. He dummied it, and then Dembele he tripped Laporte. He tripped Laporte. If that's not a free kick, if this isn't disallowed, I do not understand. Dembele got in behind and intentionally tripped Laporte. And Laporte obviously fell to the ground, leading Dembele to go one-on-one with Edison. If this isn't disallowed, I do not understand VAR. It's bad enough in the Premier League. I don't mind it in the Champions League. It's not that bad. If this isn't disallowed, I don't understand. He clearly trips Laporte. I'm presuming that's what they're checking. They can't be checking the offside because Akambi may have been offside. He dummied it anyway for Dembele. With 10 minutes to go plus added on time, City still obviously have a chance to get a goal if it does stay 2-1. The goal's been check over. Obviously, I can't hear what they're saying and it's been given as a goal. I don't know what they were checking, but Lyon have retaken the lead. Oh, I do not understand that. I don't know what they were checking there because they weren't offside, but that was a foul on Laporte. Restart anyway, and Lyon have got the ball back. It's Akambi again on the edge of the box on the right. Gets past Cancelo, tries to get a crossing, wins a corner. What? He tripped him over. Edison again beaten way too easily. How was that? I swear he's been tripped over. Oh, but it's Lyon 2, City 1. I don't believe that. Wow. Dembele, though, first Champions League goal. What a time to get it. He was only on for about 5 minutes. City need to come back with another goal. Aouar swings it in, headed away. Luis Fares Marcal gets it out wide. I don't think he was aiming for anyone. I think he was just trying to get it towards the corner flag to slow down the City attack. Obviously, I don't get the communication the TVs get, so I don't know what they were checking, but he was tripped. Accident or not, he's tripped. If Laporte stays on his feet, that goal probably doesn't happen. So I'd have to see another replay, but for me, I thought that was a foul. City again, falling at the quarter-final hurdle. We'll need more drama if this needs to go to extra time, as it's Cancelo to Garcia. It may have been an accidental trip, but still. Oh, I just have to have another look at it. I just have to have another look at it when I can. It's Laporte. Over to Kyle Walker. Into Mahrez. Rodri. Mahrez again. Inside the Lyon half, but they're nowhere near the 18-yard box yet. UEFA getting their own back for the FFP. Yeah, probably are. They're like, yeah, just give them the goal, give them the goal. We'll get back at City. It's Walker. Into Rodri. Looks for a diagonal switch. Blocked by Aouar, and he can send away. It can be on the right. Too much on it. Ederson can deal with it. It may have been accidental, but I think that's a foul, personally. Because, it's like, oh, I don't know. Right, Mahrez into Jesus, taken down. Free kick on the right-hand side. Far out, so it'll probably be a dinked effort. City have got the foul, but Marcal's come worse off that. He stayed on the ground. Oh, yeah, his right foot bent kind of in that position as Jesus fell onto him. That would have been a painful one. His foot just like bent like that way. His foot's there and it's bent like that. I want a replay on that Laporte foul. I want that to change my mind because I don't know. It's a great finish from Dembele. Good from Akambi as well to dummy it and leave it. So from a Laporte pass, I thought he was supposedly one of these, calm City players on the ball, but he literally gave the ball away with a 10-yard pass. Dembele with a good finish. They're not showing the foul yet. I think Ederson should have done better with that personally, but Guardiola can't believe it. Down to his knees. Picks up some grass and throws it in despair. Rodri has been replaced by David Silva. Could this be his last appearance for Manchester City? They've got 6 minutes plus added on time to get a goal. I just something dodgy. I don't think, even if that trick was accidental, I still think that's a free kick. Because if that doesn't happen, Laporte gets there. I just don't know, but this is a good chance for City from the free kick. Not really shooting range for Kevin De Bruyne, but I think he'll definitely swing it in. Garcia, Jesus, Sterling in there, not blessed with height, Manchester City. Thinks it towards the back post. Lopez comes and collects, catches. Shocking free kick again. Not the first time I've said that. And it looks like Rudy Garcia is sending Lyon to a semi-final for the first time in 10 years. Oh my god, my chest. Laporte wins the header from the clearance straight to a Lyon midfielder, but De Bruyne picks it up, and can they get an attack here? Mahrez can't quite get through onto the through ball, and it's headed back from Marcelo to Lopez, the goalkeeper. Towards Cornet. Can't keep it in, over his head. Throw in for Manchester City. 10 minutes between De Bruyne and Dembele's goal. City fans must have been thinking they could at least send it to extra time, but once again, are they bottling another Champions League quarter-final for the third year on the bounce? There's De Bruyne. Kyle Walker's made a run. He looks to try and feed him, but the interceptions fell straight to Jesus. Jesus skips past one. Strikes it all the way to Sterling. Oh, he's missed it! Oh my word, what have I just seen? Jesus went for the shot, but it was actually a great cross to Sterling. Oh, I don't believe it. He went right across the goal. 6 yards out. He's blazed it over the bar. Raheem Sterling, for all the good that he's done for Manchester City this year, he's just missed an absolute sitter. As Rene Adelaide comes on for Toko Akambi. He's put a great shift in, to be fair. I cannot believe Raheem Sterling has just missed that. Lyon have it in an attacking area. It's Adelaide who's just come on. Goes to his left to Aouar. Strikes it. Parried by Ederson. And the rebound's in from Dembele. Offside. No. No, not offside. 3-1. City out of the Champions League. They've gone from sending it to 2-2 with Sterling from 6 yards out. Missing it. And they've gone up the other end and scored for 3-1. I thought he'd given offside. I thought Adelaide had stopped celebrating, but clearly not. Oh, it's shocking from City. Laporte doesn't deal with it. Gets it to Aouar. Poor, every single goal from City. Poor goalkeeping from Ederson. Parries it. I don't know if he's offside. I don't think he is. And City, 3-1 down, out of the Champions League. Don't think he's offside. They're not showing any offside replay, so I'm presuming he's not. Yeah, I'm presuming it's not offside. Lyon are through to the Champions League semi-finals. I think that's the... I don't know if they're checking it. I'm not sure. No, offside is not the result. And City with 2... I can't believe they've just gone from Sterling missing from 6 yards out to go 2 goals down within literally 30 seconds. Mad how football can change. If you aren't watching the game and you see that miss from Sterling, you'll understand exactly what I mean. I can't believe what I've just seen. City still trying, get another attack. Jesus chests it down, heads it towards Mahrez. He heads it back towards Jesus. Lyon come out of it, and it's Sterling who prods it to Cancelo. Is this game still on for City? It's into Gabriel Jesus, tackled by Denier. Great challenge as he wins the ball. And he sends it long over the top, looking for Dembele, straight over to Walker. Gets past Dembele, nicely done. But Raheem Sterling has missed an absolute glory chance for Manchester City. I think it was a shot from Jesus, turned into a cross, 6 yards out. It's actually embarrassing how he's missed it, to be honest. Sterling's on the ball, tackled too easily by Thiago Mendes. Not picked up by Cancelo on the seconds. Mendes has won it again. Intercepted though by Gundogan as City win the ball back. No intensity. It's like the game's over. Playing it backwards to Garcia. 2 goals in 8 minutes from Moussa Dembele. His first 2 in the Champions League. Has sent Lyon into the semi-finals. As Cancelo swings it in. Poor ball. Marcelo heads away. Garcia gets it back to Ederson. I don't think there'll be too much added on though. That's the problem for City. There won't be like 5 minutes added on, I don't think. There'll only be about 3. Obviously 2-1, there's always a chance. You only need 1 goal, but 2 goals down. Pretty much game over. Sterling does get to Silva though, brings it down. Mahrez. Laporte tries to flick it to his right to Sterling. Poor from the French defender. Needs to try and win it back as well. Can't do so. It's out to Moussa Dembele on the left. Try to run down the clock against Kyle Walker. Can't skip past the Englishman. And wins a free kick. There is 5 minutes added on. 5 minutes added. I thought there was only going to be about 3, but obviously those VAR checks must have added up to about 5 minutes. City have done this before. QPR. 2 goals down. 5 minutes added on, they scored 2. And obviously that was to win the game, but, you know, a draw is pretty much as good as a win for City at the minute. De Bruyne throws it down to Garcia. Back to De Bruyne. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Like, this is just unbelievable from Lyon. Does find Cancelo nicely into Sterling, spins. Back to De Bruyne, over to David Silva. Looking like it's his last couple minutes in a City shirt. Cancelo. Crosses. Good ball. Headed away. All as far as Mahrez. Takes it down. Good tackle from Cornet. He's my man of the match. Take away Dembele's last few goals. He's defo man. He's the defo. Unprofessional. Definitely my man of the match. Here's Garcia's dealt with the long ball away by Lyon. Back to Ederson. They need to get it moving. Wrong team selection in a big way. I don't think so. I just don't think the players have turned up at all. Because, yeah, I don't know. We'll discuss it after the game a little bit. We'll discuss after the game. Well, he's found De Bruyne in a little bit of space here. Can he release it? Get it to Laporte. Swings it towards Cancelo. Can't keep it in. Throw in Lyon. Is Pep Guardiola getting sussed out here? Came here as favourites. And they're leaving as quarter-finalists again. Lyon are taking an age to take this throw-in. This referee hasn't been the greatest, I must admit. Oh, someone's down with cramp. Here we go. It's been great from Lyon. You can't take anything away from Lyon. They've been fantastic. City defensively, they need to sort it out big time. Ederson for all 3 goals was shocking. Laporte gave the ball away for the second. Sorry, messing around with it in the midfield for the third. Fernandinho was just shocking when he was on. So do take this throw in the end. City do win it back. Silva, Sterling, can he make up for that horrific miss that pretty much sent City out the Champions League? He does win a free kick on the edge. But just think, right? 2-1, City score 2-2. We go to extra time, pretty much. He misses with an open goal, by the way. Lopez isn't anywhere to be seen. Misses literally from that goal kick of the miss. They send it up forward, get in behind, and score. That's what happens so quickly. As it is De Bruyne to take this free kick. He could score here, De Bruyne, but they wouldn't have a lot of time to score a second, I don't think. De Bruyne takes it straight at Lopez again. Save over the bar. Needs to be more near post, like I said in the first half. Puts in a corner towards Walker. Heads it wide. Minute and 20 to go. City are out of the Champions League. Deservedly so. Not good enough at all. Lyon have had a masterclass of a defensive performance. But I've got one word to describe every single City player who's played tonight, and Pep Guardiola and his management team. Bottle jobs. On the biggest stage, they haven't performed once again. Spend all this money on defenders and they can't defend. It's Walker on the right, try to take on Aouar. Has to force it back towards Garcia. Garcia turns nicely. Needs to send it forward. Walker. Chested down, Mahrez. Can't get it to Jesus. Cornet picks it up, 20 seconds to go. Lyon about to make history. Very intrigued to see what they can do against Bayern Munich for sure. I don't think they'll beat them because I think defensively Bayern Munich are a lot better. Is Silva threads a great ball into Sterling. It'll be a little too late if they score. Raheem Sterling takes on Denier, strikes it deflected wide. Will there be enough time for the corner? I think he'll blow, you know. No, it does take the corner. I think Silva should have started, definitely. His defence cutting passes was what City needed in this game. De Bruyne takes it, swung in right towards Lopez, catches it, and that is full time. Lyon go through in the Champions League. It's a massive, massive cup upset. City are down on the ground. They have no one else to blame but themselves. That is one of the worst City performances I have seen in a very, very long time. Looked like there was no heart, no desire, no creativity. And due to that, they're out of the Champions League. And just think, Sterling misses from 5 yards out. If that goes in, it's 2-2 and we're on for extra time. But instead, a minute later, Lyon send it through over the City defence and they score to make it 3-1 and kill off the game. City players down on the ground. They can't believe what they're seeing. And to be honest, neither can I. Just that Sterling miss. They're trying to get Jesus off the ground here, the Lyon players. There's quite a few Brazilians in the Lyon team who are trying to help, and someone puts a webcam in Jesus' face from the Lyon team. He's in tears, Gabriel Jesus. He did create that chance for Sterling. Got it across the box, and how we didn't finish it is just... I just can't believe that. But we do end here. Manchester City 1, Lyon 3, and what a upset. And what an upset. And if you're telling me next year City are going to be favourites for the Champions League, I think you need to think again. I cannot believe what I've just seen. It's just that Sterling miss. That Sterling miss goes in. It's a completely different game. But the fact he's missed, and then literally the resulting goal kick leads to Lyon killing off the game with a third. And that's just the difference. Blame Pep. You can blame Pep. But I'm blaming Pep, right? But I'm blaming the City players. No creativity, no heart, no nothing. It's like they didn't care watching that at times. But anyway, Champions League semi-finals. Because Lyon played so incredibly well, I'll be commentating Bayern Munich. No, not Manchester City. I'll be commentating Bayern Munich versus Lyon on Wednesday. So I won't be doing Tuesday semi-final because I'm not feeling the greatest. So I'll just do Wednesday. So make sure you're here 10 to 8 again. And then I might do the Champions League final. I'll probably do the Europa League final, but it just depends if they're going to be live streaming it on YouTube. If they live stream both finals on YouTube, so you can watch the game, so you don't need my commentaries. But if there are any finals that are televised, then I'll commentate on them next week. But after a shock result in the quarterfinals, City bow out once again, and the big question is, what is next for Manchester City and Guardiola? As once again, they failed in the Champions League. Make sure you're here next Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And yeah, City out once again, and Lyon progress, and deservedly so.